going to specifically talk about automated strategies for prop firm trading. Disclaimer can be read here, 2 pages, similar to the other presenters. Quick background, I've had 4 careers: management consulting, software marketing, and then when I retired, active investing, and then decided to come back into business and take my experience and wrap it all together into a fintech career here for futures day trading systems, which is now called TradePilot AI. This is our homepage. My website, www, will be at the end if it's not obvious, but it's tradepilotai.com. We are exclusively working with the NinjaTrader platform, and we are an approved NinjaTrader ecosystem vendor. Gave a presentation for them at the end of last year. You could watch it on YouTube at that link. We have services and products. Services include Sunday Education, Futures Trading Club, the Bot Ops Lab, and the private consulting. Specifically, the Futures Trading Club is a free trade room every day, every weekday, where we let all 10 strategies run automatically against 5 instruments. And that means 50 charts at any one time. Of course, that's not enough real estate to show them all, so we zoom in on different bot instrument combinations as they trade, as they go live, as they zoom in and show the ones that are doing well and sometimes the ones that are not doing well. And so those are the Zoom contact. We're not open tomorrow, but otherwise open 5 days a week. So the automated strategies, which I'm going to focus on today, is our product portfolio. We have 9 showing here. We have a 10th that we just released, and I'll discuss that because it's been quite profitable. And why automated? Well, I hope some of this might be obvious to those of you who trade manually, but compared to discretionary manual trading, the entries and exits are rules-based rather than subjective. You get faster speed, faster, more precise targets and stops. They're based on algorithms, so not based on your emotions or your whims. Avoid fear and greed issues. Bots can monitor multiple price actions, multiple trades, multiple instruments all at once automatically that you can't just do as an individual using your white knuckle mouse. And it allows hands-free trading as well. Allows you to walk away. I don't recommend it, but technically you could be golfing and come back and see how much you made for the day. But again, we recommend watching your trades as a rule, and in case you have internet outages or other issues. Compared to indicators, well, we still use indicators. They're just built into the automated strategies. And compared to the advanced trade management systems templates from NinjaTrader, you get faster entry. You can scale in where ATMs don't allow you to scale in. And also, you can back test, optimize, walk forward, test, etc. And you also can trade on a semi-automated basis. You can manually go in, let the bot take you out. You can let the bot take you in. You manually can go out. So you've got like 3 combinations. The 10 different strategies are all called bots. These are in chronological order of introduction. We came out in 2023 with the trend bot. It's still our most popular product, but we've got significant variations in trending strategies like trend bot, bouncer bot, squeeze bot, and ATM bot. We have mean reversion strategies, such as reversal bot, reversion bot, VWAP bot, and even to some extent the scalar bot and auction bot. Scalar bot is kind of a hybrid because you can actually take advantage of trends. Auction bot is an order flow strategy, so it's somewhat counter trading. And the breakout bot is kind of unique, or it's pretty much speaks for itself. I'm not going to actually go through them all, but just to let you know what they all have in common. The average customer of ours has two of our strategies. Some have six or seven. One person has nine. Um, but basically, they all have the same look and feel. So once you have one, it's easy to learn the others. Six time filters, money management, which I'll talk about later. They all have targets and stops, different types of static and dynamic, ticks and dollars, ATR, etc. They all have similar on-screen moving averages, start behavior choice, direction choice, on-screen information, optional indicators, filters, and then lots of buttons on Chart Trader to make it easy so you don't have to go back into properties all the time. And then they come with full documentations, installation, getting started guides, and extensive user manuals. So without spending time on these, because I'll show you where you can go look at them live, just flash through what a successful trade looks like on TrendBot. It's a piling on strategy. You can see how it piled on after different moving average crosses and then took profit. The scaler bot, which scales in on pullback entries. Bouncer bot does a similar thing, but it scales in on moving average bounces. Reversal bot uses an ATM, but basically it's based on pivots. Auction bot is order flow that identifies unfinished auctions and targets them. Breakout bot is just that it sounds, either break up or break down, and will trigger a trade. And you can set stops by ATMs or with other settings. Squeeze bots, based on the John Carter squeeze principle, will fire according to when the squeeze fires. If you can see the green dots below, that's when the trade took off. Reversion bot is a reversion to the mean based on standard deviations, so we're on VWAP. ATM is a simple moving average crossover strategy using ATMs. The VWAP bot is based on bounces off of VWAP. All these can be seen live using our YouTube link there. Just TradePilot AI on YouTube. We have over 2,000 subscribers, over 240 videos showing 9, actually probably 10 after I add some VWAP this week against these 5 different instruments. Now, how do you take a strategy like one of ours and set it up for prop trading? Well, you've got to choose your instrument, your chart time frame, your time filter, your direction, your start behavior, contract quantities, etc. And we help you with this. With the Getting Started guide, gives you an indication of how to start from scratch. And that's provided every time you lease or buy one of our strategies, which would include things like profit targets, stop losses, dynamic stops, trade goals, etc. Money management options are available across the board. We have quite a few. Account daily goal, account max loss, which stops you from trading the rest of the day. Strategy daily goal, strategy max loss in case you're using more than one strategy within your account. The trade goal, trade loss. And then we have very interesting account profit protection and trade profit protection, where once you get to a certain high water mark, it will take you out of the trade after you draw down a certain percentage of dollars from that amount, which I've been using more and more in the Futures Trading Club with great success in the last few months. An example of why you would use a strategy goal versus an account goal would be if you were trading more than one instrument within one account. You might set your account daily goal and the max loss at these levels, but you might within that set each strategy at a different level. You can even set a trade goal within those, so it's kind of hierarchical money management principles. And you can use some or all of these. Now let me move to the prop firm issues. I've got mixed feelings about the prop firm business. I've written a white paper recently, 13 pages on the prop firm business, and anybody who buys one of our bots or leases one of our bots can get this for free. It basically talks about the strengths, weaknesses, pros and cons of using prop firms. I'd say about half of our customers use live trading and half use prop firms. My market research has identified, as of the beginning of this year, about 35 top prop trading firms around the world, most of them in the US, or most of them structured so they can be traded by US traders, some cannot. But this is the alphabetical list of the ones that I have determined are the most established, or have the most customers, or have the most visibility. And I've done my best to weed out ones that are no longer in business, or ones that just started recently, because didn't have enough data on those. But in terms of digging down and doing some more analysis, there are some that do only futures. So out of the 35, you can see a bunch drop out because they don't do futures. And likewise, if the ones who do forex only are the ones that basically make up the difference. So here's your futures traders, futures prop firms. Here's your forex prop firms. You have a couple that do both. Wasn't clear about FXIFY or FXFI, because they're mainly forex, but they claim that they're doing some futures now. So that's a question mark. But so if we just, since we focus on futures trading, I'm interested only in the futures traders. So if you add the ones that do futures together, this is the futures only and the futures and forex hybrids or mixed. You get 23 companies that I've identified. And I tried to estimate their size. So, short of getting a complaint from one or two of these companies, this is my best guess from looking at customers, looking at payouts, looking at years in business, looking at number of web hits and things like this, based on done some AI assisted research on this. So I wouldn't put my money on every single order being exactly, but roughly, the big gorilla is Apex. Top Step's been around a long time. My funded futures is quite well respected. TradePilot is up and coming. Funded Next, Take Profit Trader. Some of these others have been around for years. But this is basically, if you've never done prop trading, you might want to start and look at some of these. Now, having said that, they don't all allow automated strategies. And they don't all work with NinjaTrader. So since TradePilot AI is based on NinjaTrader, and since we're an automated strategy, we need to understand that too. So here are the NinjaTrader ones from that group. So there's the full group, and then you weed out the ones that don't use NinjaTrader. And from that, which ones don't officially allow automated trading bots from commercial vendors, it weeds out another. Now, I know the previous speaker talked about his customers using Apex, and whether they're allowed to use automated strategies with Apex. There are companies that have some rules and don't enforce them. There are some companies that have rules that change them. There are some companies that you can get away with, but the latest research I could find on Apex was that they don't allow automated trading from commercial companies, bots from commercial companies. Bulox apparently allows it if you get approval ahead of time, quote unquote, from management, which sounds a bit interesting. Elite Trader Funding wasn't quite clear to me whether they do or don't allow it, and some of these may or may allow it, but I'm focusing on a couple of these recently. Top Step's interesting because they work with NinjaTrader in the past, and you can be grandfathered if you used them in the past, but they're now using their own platform called, I believe, Top Step X. And so they may not easily work with NinjaTrader anymore, so I've not focused on them. And I do have a couple of issues in general about prop firms, which I might as well put in right now. Fewer than 10% of prop firm customers ever receive a payout. Some of the research I did indicated it was about 7% based on 2025. Most of these prop firms, whether it's forex, futures, ninja, or not, have very restrictive rules about consistency, about trading in different directions, about scaling in or not. Of course, they have their drawdown rules, etc. Some of them are extremely restrictive. And personally, I think if you have a cash account, you can afford to use a cash account. You have to question why you would use a prop firm. In any case, even the ones who have their rules, it's hard to keep in touch with them, to keep on top of them because they change the rules, they add new ones, they modify the old ones, or they don't enforce all of them. I just find the whole landscape very confusing. Um, and if you look at my white paper, which again you get for free if you lease or buy one of our bots, um, most of these firms don't even use real money for your funded trading. They're basically paying out based on their income they've received from their customers who have purchased or leased, subscribed to active accounts, what do you call them, evaluation accounts. So there's a little bit of a Ponzi scheme going on here, I would argue, without using the word on my slide. And my real question, since obviously TradePilot AI is in the business of automated strategies, is if a prop firm does not allow commercial automated strategies, what does it say about whether their business model is really based on your success? Because if they're paying out 90 and keeping 10, or they're paying out 80 and keeping 20, or 85 and keeping 15, why wouldn't they want to maximize the amount of people who are making money? This whole question is why I've gotten turned off personally by trading with prop firms. But that's what the subject today is. So let's go through how you would do that. I did trade Apex using our bots in the past, but I'm no longer doing it. I have recently begun to trade with Tradeify, and this is their homepage. Is their awards recently. This is their Ninja Trader setup guide. The white paper describes why they're up and coming. I don't really want to plug them. I get no benefit. I have no relationship with them. But just in terms of thinking about other companies besides Apex. Now, when you trade with Tradeify or Top Step, if you can trade using Ninja Trader or My Funded Futures or Fuelnox or whatever, what are the questions you need to decide? First, which bots to use, what instruments to trade, what chart time frame, what time filter, maximum position size. If you're going to use the cash session, if you start at 9:30 Eastern or 9:35 or 9:45 or 10. In some cases, which entry triggers do you want to choose, or you want to scale in or not, depending on whether the bot supports that. Your targets and stops, of course, your money management issues like daily goal, max loss, etc. This is the benefit of using our strategies. You can choose any of these. You can set any of these yourself. It's not a black box solution, it's a white box solution. You've got total control over all these issues. But it also means you've got to play with the different settings and play in sim until you feel you've got the strategy that works best for you. In terms of making it somewhat easier for you, we have been tracking our daily results from 50 charts for the last year or 2 years, a year and a half, whatever. And just looking at January, February, March, and April year to date, as of yesterday, the best combinations that our bots have performed in live simulated trading, 9:30 to 11 every day, have been 3 of these combinations from TrendBot, 1 from ScalarBot, 1 from BouncerBot, 1 from ReversalBot, 2 from AuctionBot, 2 from SqueezeBot, 1 from ReversionBot, and 3 from the new VWAP bot. So at a minimum, if you lease or buy a lifetime license of 1 or more of our bots, these are the ones I'm going to steer you to focusing on as part of your first issue of what should I trade using which automated strategy. In terms of maximum position sizing, I got asked this so many times in the last year that I created a template or a matrix, whether uh, your bent is to be a conservative trader or an aggressive trader or somewhere in between, whether you call that standard or normal or in between. This is a rule of thumb using the most popular instruments for prop firm trading, NQ, ES, MNQ, and MES. And some of the like Tradeify, I think under 50,000 um, can allow you to go to 4 contracts, which is the middle there, standard 50,000. But you also you probably can't go to 6 with Tradeify, but you might be able to go to 6 with Apex or someone else. So this is again available if you email me. So I'm just going to go through some back testing and some um, forward testing results. Just taking March, and this is actual trading of SqueezeBot. So this is not using market replay playback. I'm sorry, this one is using playback. Sorry, a couple of these are not. Let me go. Most of these are using playback. I believe we have a couple. Yeah, this was live. Okay, so let me go. This is just going through a couple of these. Two of our best instruments with SqueezeBot in March were RTY and Crude. If we put them together, this is you see with SqueezeBot, you do not have a squeeze a squeeze does not fire every day between 9:30 and 11. So in some cases, neither one fired, and so no trade was taken. But of the days when they did fire, no day was unprofitable in the month of March, which is the most recent full month I tested. Um, and this was, based on live trading, but I went back and did a market replay playback analysis. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 profitable days, no unprofitable days. So not surprising, the equity curve related to this, which is cumulative net profit, looks very positive. And then the details behind that are in the summary report. So the key numbers are here that the profit factor was in almost infinite 99. The actual percentage profitable was 100%, effectively infinite or a perfect score. The average trade, $128 per contract, almost a perfect setting in that sense. Now, to be more realistic, let's look at a couple of others here. This was based this is looking at the VWAP bot, which is our newest bot we just introduced. And this is while it was trading in beta. And the RTY from January up till April year to date. So this is 3.5 months. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 profitable days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost the same amount of unprofitable days, but not as the profits here were higher than the losses, which is a feature somewhat of the VWAP bot. But in any case, the equity curve for that a bit up and down, and it's still in the green for the most part. Still one that can be used for prop firm trading. And again, if we look at the this with the profit factor 1.62, profitability percentage 53% with a 1.41 win-loss ratio. Max drawdown a little bit high compared to the total net profit. For the month of March, again using the VWAP bot this time with playback 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, no loss, profit with 1 day, not 2 days, not trading. But so we gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 profitable days, only 4 losers. And we have an equity curve that was in the green. And this time profit factor 205. Max drawdown still relatively high. That's reflected here in the leveling off of the profitability, but still one that could be used with prop firms with money management. Here's one using ES with different settings. I call them my D settings. And again, if you lease or buy VWAP bot from us, I will give you the settings that created this. Again, only 3 losing days in March, and therefore a really nice equity curve. And you can see the max drawdown 3,000 compared to total profit of 20,000. So that's a great ratio there. 64% profitable, 1.02 win loss. And this was another set of settings called the L settings. Again, very similar, only 4 losing days, and a better equity curve with a much a good ratio between the drawdown and the max drawdown compared to the gross profit, the drawdown percentage, profit factor 249, 75%, very high win rate with the 0.75 win loss. So the last one here, another L setting for RTY this time, and again one that's worth trading for the for prop firm trading. So let me talk a bit about how you would become a customer. We have quite a lot of choices in terms of how to commercially access our software. We do not do free trials, but we do a fairly inexpensive 1-month lease for $295. We offer 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. If you use a 3-month lease, clearly you're getting a much better cost per month compared to a 1-month lease. And clearly a 6-month lease brings your cost per month down to about $125, $30. 12-month lease, much better, but the ultimate best deal is the lifetime license. And we're offering some special bonus purchase plans today up till Sunday night, which I'll talk about in a minute. But this is if you were just coming in and not having any promo codes or any special offers. The onboarding process is you buy off the website using a credit card, sign up as a member. We email you the software, the user manual, getting started guide. You submit your machine IDs and you're ready to go. And then you start trading, either automated or semi-automatic. All our licenses, whether leases or purchases, include up to 2 CPUs, free tech support, free upgrades, and free updates. And if you want more than one bot, we have volume discounts, but you need to email me. My email will be at the end of this session as well. So in terms of bonus offers, for anybody who sees this webinar, because I've distributed it later by recording it, you can get a 50% discount off of any one of the bots, such as VWAP bot, Squeeze bot, or the other ones that I referred to but didn't show equity curves for, by using the promo code here. So that would be only $1,200 instead of $2,500. And again, you could go to a link for any of the specific bots and enter the promo code at the time of purchase. We've added a special promo code for people who are watching today live, TR2026. And this time we're offering a 60% discount with TR2026. So you bring your cost for VWAP bot or Squeeze bot or any other bot below $1,000, $998. And as a special that I decided yesterday to throw in, we'll offer for this purchase 1 hour free consultancy by me to get you started and answer any questions that you have. More promos coming here. This first one is the most amazing thing we've ever offered, especially with I've added the consulting. Again, this expires on Sunday night, but we're offering the ability, if you pay full price for one lifetime license, that we'll throw in 4 more for free for life. And we'll give you the ability to swap out any of them for any of the others forever. So if you went for, let's say, VWAP bot, Squeeze bot, Trend bot, Scalar bot, and Reversal bot, and a few months later you decided that you didn't want to use Reversal bot, you wanted to try the auction bot, we can just change your permissions and give you the auction bot and stop licensing you the Reversal bot. So that's incredibly flexible, and we're offering a free hour of consultancy with that as well. But again, it expires on Sunday. Now, I don't have a link for that. This is such an amazing thing. I don't want to create an actual link, but just email me. My email is all over this presentation, and I'll show it at the end as well. And just say, amazing webinar purchase offer, and then tell me which of the 5 bots you'd like, and I'll show you how to go ahead. Now we have 2 lease offers here as well. This one expires at the end of this month, so you have a couple more weeks. Basically, we're doing a 3-for-1 on leasing. So you can have either you can lease for 1 month, pay for 1 month and get 3 months, or you can lease 3 bots for 1 month. So 3-for-1, you choose. And again, since there's a choice there, you have to email me and I'll tell me which of the choices you'd like and which bots you'd like. And if you're not sure what bots, you can tell me your trading strategy or your other risk preferences, etc., and I can try to advise you. And then we have, for the entire year, for those of you who have never bought from us, that any of the first clicks you make on our website purchase pages, if you use that same discount code, 50% discount code there, and you've never bought from us in the past, you'll get a 50% discount. But be careful. If you buy a 1-month lease using that, and later you wish you'd bought the 6-month lease, you can't use it again. So it's better to use, go for the 3-month or 6-month lease and get a better savings than to just do it on the cheapest possible. So those are the purchase options. More information, obviously, our website. If you'd like to order, you just click on that or click on, and we have 9 different product pages. I think we'll be adding the VWAP product page soon, but basically easy enough to order from the website. The YouTube channel I showed you before, but there's a repeat of what it is, over 240 live videos of our bots working, as well as a couple of presentations, my email, and the Futures Trading Club. Remember, it's a Zoom silent trading room, 5 days a week, 9:15 through 11, and that ID and passcode have been good for a year. So we might go to Zoom. Sorry, we might go to YouTube live trading in the future, but working on that option. So I now could take any questions. See if I can figure out where the question. Are you still there, Anthony? I'm going to see if I can figure out where.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I'm again. All right, let me see this if I can. Um, yes, I have a PowerPoint. I think you'll need to email me asking me for it. On the Futures Trading Club, we run from 9:30 to 11. We used to run 9:30 Eastern to 11:30 Eastern, but I found 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time, the bots had already reached their maximum goal or maximum daily loss by 11. So the last 30 minutes just wasn't really getting anything, doing anything for anybody. Um, Now we do run auction bot pre-market and also at the Asian Open, and I show the results for that, but don't show that live, obviously. I might start doing that as well. We've recently introduced a couple of TrendBot um, variations where we started at 10 o'clock Eastern instead of 9:30, because some of the testing for the last few months showed that it worked better starting at 10. But I do that in addition to the 9:30 start. Thank you. I will make a point. The scalar bot may work better during the doldrums. From like 11:30 Eastern to 1:32 Eastern. Um, but again, I can't keep the trade room open all the time, so that's something you have to test yourself. There might be an auction bot may work better again during the doldrums. It's much bit more for a sideways market. Yes. So my answer is that I believe Trader's Corner does not record automatically. Um, I have personally, well, I see a recording button that says on here down at the bottom. I don't know. I personally tried using Bandicam, and if it works, I probably could send it out if you email me. I just sometimes it doesn't work.